joined today by Yoav Amitai, CEO of Elsight. Yoav, thanks for your time.
Hi David, nice to be here.
Elsight, drones, but not what people would think. You're not a drone manufacturer, you provide the important piece of kit, the brains if you like, to the drone manufacturers and service providers.
100% accurate. I think in general when people look on technology and look on new industries that they want to be a part of, to have access to, it's important to look on what are the sticks and shovels for those industries, and that's exactly what we're doing in those drone space. We're providing reliable communication that create the brain for those systems to be able to operate in long distances in a very reliable and safe way.
Big customers, big clients, Walmart being one. Tell us about that relationship and how important your technology is.
Right, so we have different type of customers. Some of them are drone manufacturers, like you said. The other part are service providers who provide services for big enterprises. Sounds like drones is going to be sometimes the future or something that's going to be like futuristic thinking, but it's actually happening as we speak. Today, Walmart is already serving more than 4 million households in the US in 6 different states, providing 20 minutes delivery that they're committed to, and it will cost only $3.99 for the consumer who will get their diapers for the baby that they forgot or whatever they need for their dinner for today. That's completely revolutionized the way people got their deliveries or what we can do with, think about instant delivery, just changed, mind-blowing.
And how does the technology help that customer in that instance?
So communication is a critical part of those drones operation. Think about an operator sitting in a control room, control a fleet of drones of 10, 20, 30, 50 drones. He must have a reliable communication channel between the operation center and the actual platforms that travel around, because if he doesn't have it, it will be very hard to monitor it, to control those drones. Think about a drone that is traveling around with nobody controlling. So communication is a critical element within those systems, and that's what we're providing. This piece is what we're providing to have what we call connection confidence between the operator and the platform that it's operated.
And you're a growth business. You've clearly been succeeding in these markets because the financials tell me you've been growing quarter on quarter.
That's true. I think it's an extremely exciting time to be part of this industry. On one hand, it's still a niche, a small, relatively small industry, but with a very rapid growth happening there, and being a company that is a key player in this market. I mean, Elsight can be a no-name for someone who is outside of the industry, but for people that are part of this ecosystem, it's a well-known brand with a very strong brand recognition that's connected to quality and best customer service and everything. And that translates into revenue, like you said. In the last 6 quarters, we see growth, quarter-over-quarter growth, and our business model is built of both one-time revenue, but as also recurrent revenue that create the compound effect and affect dramatically our growth trajectory.
Where to from here? What's the future look like? And what's the investment proposition?
So I think in terms of looking on this industry in general, like I said, it's close to the inflection point of getting the regulation and having the rulemaking in place, and then thinking from investor perspective, if you want to have access to this market, now it's the time which is still cheap, so to speak, all right? In the future, once it will be largely deployed and you'll start to see rulemaking in place and regulation which happening as we speak, that's the time to be invest. I mean, you need to have some kind of futuristic thoughts, or to have futuristic thoughts, or to be able to vision how it will look like. But just like people look on the why would you invest in iPhone in 2007 or 2006 and today where it is? Same for automotive 130 years ago. People thought, why would you go with auto vehicles when you have horses? Why do you need it? And the rest is history. I think it's exactly the same. And if someone wants access to this market, I think Elsight provide the best access because of the distribution we have in this market and the stickiness we have with this market.
Big opportunity, expanding market, key customers across a number of jurisdictions and a number of sectors. Exciting times ahead for Elsight and its shareholders. Yoav, thanks for your time.
Thank you, David.